Hello everyone, this is the Sports Spiral, and in today's video I'm going to have a look at College Football Week 5 and NFL Week 4. So on the season, I'm 32-13 for my college football picking record, so I'm doing quite good with college football so far this season. And for the NFL, not so great. I'm 27-20-1, so we'll see if I can improve my NFL record over the next few weeks. And at the end of the season, I'll compare with last year's picks to see, what did it do better this season or last season. So here are my picks for NFL Week 4 and just previewing all the games. So the Bengals going against the Dolphins. Dolphins have looked quite good this year, but I think the Bengals can stop them. I think their luck runs out in this one, and that the Bengals win that one 31-28. The Vikings going against the Saints. I've got the Vikings here. The Saints, we'll see if Winston is able to stay there at quarterback. He may not be able to survive that much longer. And then the Browns going against the Falcons. I've got the Browns in this one. Brissett, it's their quarterback at the moment, but he's been doing good enough to win some games. So yeah, I'm going to take the Browns there. Washington going against Dallas. Dallas without Dak Prescott. But they're going against a Washington team that's really struggled this year. So I've got Dallas there. Detroit, I think they can defeat Seattle, another struggling team. So yes, I have Detroit there. And then I think Indianapolis beats Tennessee. That should be an exciting in-conference matchup, though. Uh, Chicago going against the New York Giants. I think the Giants will be able to get that one done. The Jaguars, they have been looking unexpectedly good this year with 2 blowout wins in a row. But I think the Eagles seem like a for a real team this year. They're definitely the leader in their little division. So I do have the Eagles in that one by a touchdown. And then the Steelers, they should be able to beat the Jets. And then a really good game here, the Bills versus the Ravens. And the Ravens have been looking really good this year. Lamar Jackson has played some of his best football ever, so he's looking really good. But the Bills are also, so these are in my opinion, I think you could consider these the two top teams in the AFC. I know the Chiefs are there, but they did lose Tyreek Hill, and we don't really know where they're at exactly. But I think these two teams are both the real deal for the AFC. And then the Chargers going against the Texans. Chargers shouldn't have much trouble with that one. The Panthers going against the Cardinals. Panthers have Baker Mayfield over there now, so I'm going to take the Panthers. Not the Cowboys, the Packers going against the Patriots, and yeah, Patriots have not looked great this season. Should be a win for the Packers in that one. Raiders going against Broncos. Raiders should be able to get that one. In the win column, Russell Wilson really and the Broncos really haven't looked very great for that team. And then a great matchup here: the Chiefs versus the Bucks. Rematch of that Super Bowl from a few years ago. I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one. I think they can get it done. It's kind of hard to know with these teams. These are the biggest name teams in the league. The two GOATs, if you will. So that's what they're the biggest name teams in the league. But they may not be the best. We're about to see how good they are in this matchup, and we're going to see if Tom Brady still has what it takes to win another championship. And then another good matchup, the Rams going against the 49ers, and I'll take the 49ers in that one. Then moving on to week 5 of college football, we have Washington going against UCLA. Washington should be able to pull that one out. They're ranked number 15th in the country. Michigan, the 4th ranked team, they had some trouble last week against Maryland, only winning by a touchdown. They were going against Iowa now. Iowa is a very defensive team. They've been defensive for a long time, and their offense, typical defensive team where they have, that really good defense, but not a great offense. So I'm going to say Michigan 24-10 there. And then Mississippi going against Kentucky. I've got Ole Miss in this one. They're favored. I think the FBI is picking them, so I'm gonna go with those stats and pick Ole Miss in that one. And then Oklahoma going against TCU. They lost to Kansas State last week, but I think they will be able to defeat TCU. Minnesota, they've started coming into form. They should have a pretty easy victory versus Purdue. And then Kansas State, who got ranked thanks to defeating Oklahoma. Who knows? Sometimes teams do that where they have an upset victory and then they lose the next week. So Texas Tech could pull off the upset, but I'm going to go with Kansas State in this one. And then Utah, the 12th ranked team in the country, they were going against Oregon State. They should be able to win that one by a score or two. And then a ranked matchup here, we have Alabama versus Arkansas. Alabama, they've looked good this year, but they really haven't looked dominant like they used to. They were giving Alabama like 17 for this game, something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Alabama in a big win here, 37-17. Yeah, this game will really show if Alabama can be dominant, because they've not been able to do that this year. Ohio State, they should have an easy victory versus Rutgers. And then another ranked matchup, Baylor going against Oklahoma State. I'm gonna go with Baylor. I believe they're favored. And then Penn State shouldn't have much trouble with Northwestern. And then an interesting ACC ranked matchup, it's FSU versus Wake Forest. And Wake Forest, they really went toe-to-toe with Clemson last week in a double overtime. It was like 51-45. It was quite the game. And it shows that Clemson definitely is not invincible. But, there may be a little bit of letdown following that loss. So I am going to pick FSU in this one. We don't know too much about FSU. They haven't defeated any ranked teams yet. But I think they'll pull this one off just because Wake Forest maybe have a little letdown from that loss since they're so close to defeating Clemson. And then Texas A&M going against Mississippi State. I'm going to take Texas A&M in this one. They're the 17th ranked team in the country. Georgia should not have much trouble against SEC opponent Missouri. And then Clemson versus NC State, yet another ranked matchup. I think Clemson maybe learns from their mistakes from the past week in the double overtime versus Wake Forest, and I think they got this one done. I think they can beat NC State here. NC State's a pretty good team, but I don't think they're quite playoff caliber. Clemson has a shot in getting into the playoffs, but they probably need, Michigan, Ohio State, one of those two to exit. So we'll see how that that game is pretty huge for the playoff picture. USC, another team trying to get into the top four. They're up to number 6 now. They're going against Arizona State, not a very good team, so they should have a pretty easy victory. And then another Pac-12 contender, Oregon, 13th ranked. They were going against Stanford, and they should be able to win that one by a few touchdowns. So that's going to do it for this video. Lots of good games. Please make sure to subscribe, and I'll be back next week with another video. Bye.